How the 1930s created the motorcycle clubs we know today. Motorcycle clubs are legendary today. But have you ever wondered where it all started? Believe it or not, the roots of modern biker culture go back to the 1930s, a decade of hardship, resilience, and rebellion. So how did one of the toughest eras in history create the motorcycle clubs we know and love today? Get ready, because we're diving deep into the untold story of how it all began. Buckle up, or strap on your helmet, because this ride is about to get wild. Chapter 1. The Brotherhood. The 1930s was a time of hardship for millions of Americans. The Great Depression hit hard, leaving about 15 million people unemployed, nearly 25% of the US workforce. Factories shut down, businesses collapsed, and families struggled to put food on the table. For many men, especially World War I veterans, life felt empty and directionless. They had fought for their country only to return home to a nation in crisis. One thing most people craved? Stability, a sense of belonging. Across cities and small towns, groups of men started forming tight-knit communities, looking for a way to escape the daily grind. And that's where motorcycles came in. Unlike cars, motorcycles were cheaper and easier to maintain, making them a popular choice for those struggling financially. A used Harley-Davidson or Indian motorcycle could be bought for a fraction of a car's cost, and riding offered an unmatched sense of freedom. These early riders were factory workers, veterans, and blue-collar men who had lost everything. Riding together gave them purpose, a way to reclaim control over their lives. One of the first signs of motorcycle brotherhoods forming? 1932, when groups of riders began organizing informal rides and meetups. They weren't official clubs yet, but they laid the foundation for what was to come. Chapter 2. The Birth of Clubs. One of the first major organizations? The American Motorcyclist Association, AMA, founded in 1924. By the 1930s, it had grown significantly, organizing races and rallies that brought bikers together. These events laid the foundation for motorcycle club culture. Among the earliest clubs, the Gypsy Motorcycle Club, 1936, one of the first clubs to emphasize long-distance riding, fostering a sense of brotherhood and adventure. The Jack Pine Gypsies, 1936, founded the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, which is still one of the biggest motorcycle events in the world today. The Iron Horsemen, late 1930s, known for racing and endurance riding. At this time, clubs were not associated with criminal activity. However, in the late 1930s, a new kind of motorcycle club was emerging, one that didn't follow the rules. These were the outlaw motorcycle clubs, often called one-percenters decades later. Unlike the law-abiding clubs, these groups rejected the American Motorcycle Association's strict guidelines. The AMA required clubs to register and follow its code of conduct, but outlaw clubs refused. They held their own races, created their own patches, and developed their own traditions. Early outlaw clubs included Booze Fighters MC, established later in 1946, but with roots in 1930s riding groups. Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington, which later helped form the Hells Angels. The Outlaws MC, founded in 1935, still one of the oldest motorcycle clubs today with thousands of members worldwide. This period also saw the rise of club patches, or colors. These patches told a story, who they were and what they stood for. Wearing your club's colors was an honor, but if you weren't a part of a club, you had to earn them. This era also saw structured club rules emerge, with roles like presidents, vice presidents, and sergeants at arms becoming common. Meetings, known as church, became a regular thing, where members discussed club matters and upcoming rides. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now! We're just getting to the good stuff. Chapter 3. Racing and Stunt Riding. One of the biggest influences on motorcycle clubs? Racing. Board track racing. Riders raced at high speeds on oval wooden tracks, reaching over 100 miles per hour. The risk? Insane. These tracks were slippery, steeply banked, and had little to no safety gear. Dirt track racing, flat track. Unlike board tracks, these races were on dirt ovals, requiring riders to power slide through turns. Stunt riding. Events like the Wall of Death featured riders riding in vertical wooden cylinders. Motorcycle pyramids, where multiple riders balanced on a single moving bike, became legendary. These racers formed tight bonds, many of which later became official motorcycle clubs. The Great Depression also changed how people viewed authority. As banks failed and the government struggled, many lost trust in the system. Rebellion became a part of biker culture. Instead of grinding away at dead-end jobs, riders chose the open road, forming their own rules and codes of honor. Chapter 4. Motorcycle Manufacturers. Motorcycle companies played a huge role in shaping club culture. The two biggest? Harley-Davidson, established in 1903. Their Harley-Davidson VL 74 cubic inch, 1,200cc engine was fast, reliable, and perfect for club riders. Indian Motorcycle, established in 1901. Famous for their smooth rides and stylish designs, Indian bikes were ideal for long-distance rides. Which do you prefer, Harley or Indian? Drop a comment and let's settle this once and for all. These companies sponsored endurance races like the Jack Pine Enduro, further strengthening the brotherhood of riders. The Great Depression hit sales hard, but manufacturers offered installment plans, making bikes more accessible. More bikes meant more riders and more clubs. Chapter 5. Legacy. The traditions, symbols, and codes of honor established in the 1930s still followed today. Modern clubs like the Hells Angels, Bandidos, Mongols, and Outlaws trace their roots back to this era. Some clubs focus on outlaw culture, while others engage in charity and community service. The Hells Angels, established in 1948, one of the most infamous clubs, now in over 50 countries. The Bandidos, established in 1966, expanded across Europe and Australia, often making headlines for their rivalries. Blue Knights and Buffalo Soldiers MC focus on law enforcement and African American heritage, proving biker culture is diverse and evolving. Today, over 500 motorcycle clubs exist in the US alone, keeping the legacy of the 1930s alive. What started as a way to escape daily struggles became a lifelong brotherhood built on loyalty, freedom, and rebellion. So what do you think about the rise of motorcycle clubs? Let us know in the comments. And if you loved this dive into biker history, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more epic motorcycle stories. Until next time, ride hard, stay free, and we'll see you on the next ride.